If you guys didn't check out the stream I posted yesterday, just basically catching up with you guys about what's been going on in my life, because, you know, been a while since I last uploaded some content on the channel, so I decided to fill you guys in on how the camo grind was going, some UFC content, you know, that is going to be coming up, you know, the UFC fights and everything like that, and also what's been going on in my personal life. So if y'all haven't checked that out, definitely go check that out. I really would appreciate it. But yeah, so we're back with another video today. Basically, I'm going to be talking about my ideas to help UFC 288's card get better, okay? Now, this isn't to say that this is definitive, okay, because it's not. Alright, what I'm just trying to do here is create some, I guess, hype, maybe anticipation for this card, you know, because when we look at UFC 288's card, right, and we're going to dive into the fights here in a little bit, Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo for the Bantamweight Championship, okay? Henry Cejudo coming off of retirement. I think he retired in 2021 or 2020 or something like that. You know, he's been out of the fight game for a little bit. You know, Aljamain Sterling, obviously the Bantamweight champion now, you know, won it, you know, via disqualification against, you know, Petr Yan. Then he came back in that next fight. He beat, you know, Petr Yan again, and then he defended his belt against TJ Dillashaw. So now he's the undisputed Bantamweight champion. So here's the thing. This fight card does not really have a big draw to it. Maybe you could say, well, oh, you know, Henry Cejudo and Aljamain, they don't really like each other, you know, Aljalame, as Henry Cejudo likes to call him, and the King of Cringe, as, you know, Aljamain Sterling likes to call Henry Cejudo, and everyone else likes to call Henry Cejudo the King of Cringe. Other than this card having title ramifications, there's really no big draw to this card. And guess what I have right here? This is a big draw right here. Okay? Really, there are no other fights on this card that have a big pay-per-view draw to them. Okay? So, if I'm Dana White, if I'm Hunter Campbell and the rest of the UFC staff that predict or that make these fights, I'm putting these two up against one another. Okay? Because as it sits currently, and I'm gonna try and pull up the rankings here.
Right, coming up next, it is a welterweight showdown between Colby, Covington,
let me see this. Heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight. Alright, so we got welterweight here, right? So obviously Leon Edwards is sitting atop the rankings. He is the champion. He did beat Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman is number 2 in the welterweight division, which I don't see how. Then we have Khamzat Chimaev is at number 3. He's still there at 12-0. Then we have Gilbert Burns, who's at number 4. We have Bilal Muhammad, who's at number 5. Shavkat's at number 7. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is at number 8. Jeff Neal at number 9. Sean Brady rounds out the top 10. So when we look at the welterweight rankings, right, and I don't even see Colby Covington in this, which doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Let me pull up something else. So, yeah, Kamaru is currently, or Colby is currently sitting at number 3. So it's not Khamzat. I guess they, you know, moved him out of that division, considering the fact that he's going to be moving to middleweight, right? So it's obvious that this is the fight to make. Okay, this is the fight to make. If, you know, like I said, if I'm Dana White, if I'm Hunter Campbell, if I'm the rest of the UFC higher-ups, I'm coming to Colby Covington, and I'm going to say, look, UFC 288 needs a co-main event. Okay, not going to be a title bout, obviously, but we will give you pay-per-view shares. We will sweeten the deal up just a little bit. Now, if you don't take this fight, that title shot that you were promised when Leon Edwards beat, Kamaru Usman, it's not promised unless you take this fight. If Colby declines that, then he's out of the title picture. Because clearly there are better title contenders who have been more active than Colby Covington has. Hence, Gilbert Burns, right? Gilbert Burns coming off of that win against Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, Jorge Masvidal was number 15 or number 16 at the time, whatever, right? It's a dub. A dub is a dub in the UFC, okay? Now, that's got to be the thing that Hunter Campbell and Dana White have to do. They have to make this fight happen. Because the way UFC 288 is shaping up, there's no real co-main event. None with a draw, at least, a pay-per-view draw. This fight is not going to sell over 1 million pay-per-views, okay? You add Colby Covington and Gilbert Burns to this pay-per-view, 1 million buys. Guaranteed. Because both of these guys have a little bit of a history. One of them used to train with Gilbert Burns or Kamaru Usman, and the other one doesn't really like Kamaru Usman, but they do touch gloves, which is probably not going to happen in the real fight if this were to ever happen. But this fight has to happen. Dana White, Hunter Campbell, if y'all are listening to this video somehow, some way, which y'all probably won't, y'all probably will never see my videos in the light of day. Make this fight happen. Give Colby an ultimatum. I'm really convinced that this whole, court case against Jorge Masvidal had anything to do with Colby getting a title shot as he gets the takedown there. I'm convinced that it didn't. Because Jorge's retired now. Jorge's out of the picture. So Colby has to have something on, somebody in the UFC staff or whatever. He has to have some dirt on him or something, because there's no way, and when I say this, I mean this in the best way possible. Colby is a really good fighter, right? There's no way in hell that a guy who hasn't been in the octagon for 2 years immediately gets a title shot, all because of, him making weight. You could have literally called any of the other welterweights to make weight. You could have called Shavkat. You could have called Hamzat to make weight if he wanted to do that. You could have called Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns would have made weight, but I don't know if any 3 of those guys had anything going on at the time. But in my eyes, there's no way Colby should be getting a title shot. There's no way. He's had, 3 chances at, getting the belt back, I think. 2 or 3 chances at getting the belt back, and he's come short in all of those occasions. So, for him to be standing octagon side, I think it was UFC 285, whenever Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards were there, whenever he flew to London to make weight. There's no way he should have been octagon side like, oh yeah, this is my time, this is my shot, you're next, you bum. Like, no. Give the title shot to somebody who actually deserves it. I'm not throwing any shade or any disrespect towards Colby Covington because he's a good fighter, but there have been more active fighters in the welterweight division. Shavkat Rakhmonov, he's undefeated. He hasn't had problems missing weight. You know, he hasn't had any scandals, right? Then you look at Hamzat. Yeah, he missed weight in that fight against Nate Diaz, blah, blah, blah. You know, he was 8 pounds overweight. Whatever. But Hamzat wants a title shot. Maybe he'll never get it at welterweight. We'll never know. He probably won't, because he struggles to make 170 because he constantly walks around at 190, 200, 210 pounds, right? Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns never had a scandal. Never has had problems really making weight, right? You could have called him. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Bilal Muhammad, you know, but literally recently, just on Twitter, he was saying like, oh, you know, I can't really make the weight, so, you know, don't even bother me. So we're at this impasse right now, where we need a co-main event for UFC 288. This has got to be the fight that has to happen. Give Colby an ultimatum, man. If I'm Dana White, if I'm Hunter Campbell, if I'm all of those people, right? Give him an ultimatum. If he does not take the fight against Gilbert Burns or another premier level welterweight who doesn't really have anything on their docket, right? Preferably Gilbert Burns, though, because Gilbert Burns is, you know, rattling off some wins, some good wins. Oh my God, beautiful uppercut by Gilbert Burns to seal the deal there. But this should be the fight to happen. And it's not even close. It's not even close. Okay? This should be the fight to happen. So, Dana White, Hunter Campbell, y'all make it happen. Okay? Whoever wins this fight will actually definitively title or challenge Leon Edwards for the welterweight belt. That's how we do that. Now, we have another fight. We have another division to showcase here. We've showcased it many times here on the channel. We're going to be doing a showcase of Islam Makhachev. You know what? Actually, nah, here's what we'll do. We'll do Beneil Dariush, right? Since he has been snubbed multiple times of a title shot. And then we're going to do Dustin Poirier, who has had multiple title shots. We're going to have them go off in a title eliminator. Whoever wins this will go on to face Islam Makhachev for the belt in our next video. So the welterweight and lightweight divisions are kind of in a jam right now, I would say. Light heavyweight, not so much. I mean, you know, yeah, Jamal Hill, he is the undisputed champion, right? But I gotta say, you know, I was hoping Ankalaev could have beat Jan Blachowicz and it not be a draw or anything like that. But, you know, that's just me. Wishful thinking by me, you know, whatever. But this fight right here has to be the one that you also have to make in that lightweight division, because both of these guys are at the top of their respective divisions, right? I mean, obviously you have Charles Oliveira up there coming off of his loss at UFC 280 against Islam Makhachev. But Beneil Dariush has just been getting put on the back burner, man. I mean, literally, when you look at that welterweight or that lightweight division, right? I mean, you have You know, Islam Makhachev, obviously the champion. Charles Oliveira is sitting at number 2, which I don't think he should be sitting at number 2, but, you know, whatever. Dustin Poirier is at number 3. That's a good ranking for Dustin Poirier because he's, you know, had some really good wins. His last win was obviously against Conor McGregor, who broke his leg in that fight. And then you have Justin Gaethje at number 4, which, yeah, he beat Fiziev, who is at number 7. But I don't think Gaethje should be at number 4. I think Beneil Dariush should be at 4 and Justin Gaethje should be at 5. But that's neither here or there. Okay. Beautiful takedown by Beneil Dariush there. Dustin Poirier had him actually brought there. But I will say this though. The lightweight division is one of the more electrifying divisions, I would say. I mean, you have, you know, Dustin Poirier, you have Islam Makhachev, you know, Justin Gaethje, Rafael Fiziev, you know, you got Beneil Dariush. You have a bunch of guys in that lightweight division who are actually really good, you know what I'm saying? So, again, if I'm Dana White, if I'm Hunter Campbell, I am also making this fight happen. Maybe you do it in Abu Dhabi, maybe you do it earlier. I don't know. We have 2 people watching the video. What's up? Appreciate everybody stopping by. But maybe you make this fight happen. Maybe you do. You know, Conor McGregor or Dustin Poirier, he's coming off of that win against Conor McGregor, and he's looking to get back in there as soon as possible, right? You know, and Dustin Poirier, he's coming towards the twilight in his career, you know, where he's almost there, but he's not quite there yet. You know what I'm saying? Stylistically, this would be a good matchup. I would actually like to see this matchup happen. As far as who I have winning this matchup, I mean, I'm going Beneil Dariush all the way. Beneil Dariush is a really good grappler, really good submission artist. He's a pretty decent striker as well. Yeah, Dustin Poirier is probably one of the best boxers in the lightweight division, probably the best one. But, you know, stylistically, this will be a good fight. This will be a good fight. You know? I don't know how that July card is looking as of right now because they're, you know, still finalizing fights. They're still, you know, trying to get some stuff together on that fight because that is International Fight Week. So there are going to be a lot of nationalities fighting on this card, right? Pretty sure Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler are going to be on this card. Don't really know who else is going to be on this card, but pretty sure there's going to be a lot of diversity on this card, which is actually phenomenal. I believe John Jones and Stipe Miocic are going to be on this card as well. I could be wrong about that one. But I mean, if you know, if both of them are game, if Beneil Dariush and Dustin Poirier are game, hell, get them in there for what? Maybe June. Maybe you could throw them in there on that May pay-per-view, similar to the fight I just talked about. If you can't make that welterweight bout, make this one. Make this one the co-main event for, you know, May. I mean, yeah, we have May coming up, and I don't know if these guys are still training or if they have anything going on in their lives, but, I mean, this has to be the fight that they make. I don't see another fight in the lightweight division that they could make, right? You know, yeah, you know, Justin Gaethje's coming off of that pretty good win against Rafael Fiziev, which Fiziev was on a pretty good streak before Justin Gaethje came along and, you know, wrecked that, right? So, you know, this has to be the fight that they make. You know, that'll probably be the last time I say that phrase. But I mean, it just makes sense. It just makes sense for the lightweight division. It makes sense. Or whoever wins out of this maybe goes on to face Charles Oliveira. You know, since I guess Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira, their fight has been delayed or pushed back or whatever else like that. But I don't know. I just feel like this is the fight that they have to make. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Crazier things have happened before. Maybe we get a finish here in this round right here. Both guys are throwing some really good strikes. Beneil Dariush showing some really good ground game in this one. Tried to go for, I think it was 2 or 3 submissions. Couldn't quite get him to go down. Dustin Poirier tries the front kick. Not going to go. But, Dustin Poirier's rocked. We'll see what Beneil Dariush can do here. Gonna initiate some clinch work. Gonna throw some elbows. But I actually like this fight. Stop. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful submission attempt there by Dustin Poirier, man. I've never seen Dustin Poirier do anything crazy like that. That's some Khabib level stuff right there. Gonna get back in his closed guard. Gonna go right back to half guard. Or open guard, sorry. Gonna go back to closed. I feel like this would be a really good fight. You know, if not Dustin Poirier, maybe you actually do that Charles Oliveira, you know, Beneil Dariush fight. Oh, he's going to chain it. He's going to chain it, but it's not going to matter. Dustin Poirier is going to escape out of that submission there. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff there by Dustin Poirier to escape out of these submissions because, you know, Beneil Dariush is pretty good on the ground. I mean, he's a well-rounded fighter. I would say Beneil Dariush is well-rounded fighter. Can really do you damage on all aspects in this game, really. I feel like he kind of reminds me of, you know, Volkanovski. Volkanovski is a well-rounded fighter. Like, he can do everything really good. Oh, Beneil Dariush is going to get rocked with a body shot there after he whiffed on that kick there. Both fighters are getting rocked here, so it's going to be crazy to see what happens within the next 30 seconds here. Spinning back fist doesn't go. Body kick lands. Gonna get the single leg takedown there. Gonna probably hold him there for the rest of the round. I mean, this fight has the potential to, you know, show some fireworks, right? Yeah, this fight would be a really good fight. Like I said, I still feel like Beneil Dariush would win this one. I could be wrong. I mean, Dustin Poirier, you know, he's a sound wrestler. Decent jiu-jitsu. But, I mean, when you go up against a jiu-jitsu ace like Charles Oliveira, you know, your chances are very slim unless you're Islam Makhachev, who is a Sambo expert. That Dagestani wrestling is something else. I'm going to attempt to go for an armbar here. It's not going to happen. He's going to chain it, though. Dustin Poirier, really good getting out of these submissions by Beneil Dariush there. Beautiful transition by Beneil Dariush. He's going to take Dustin Poirier's back. Going to throw some strikes while he's on top. Going to go back to half guard.
You got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Side control now, DC, a lot of options at his disposal.
Going to get on the side mount. Going to throw some ground and pound there. This fight has a little bit of everything to offer. Personally, I feel like this fight would be a very versatile fight to me. You're going to see some grappling, which is always fun to see. Personally, I know a lot of people don't really like the grappling side of things, but I actually think it shows how smart a fighter is. Because if you're able to maneuver, and if you're able to kind of outthink your opponent on the ground when things can get crazy, you know, that demonstrates your fight IQ. Anytime you can demonstrate your fight IQ, you're a very dangerous fighter. You know, you're also going to have some really good striking in this one. Dustin Poirier, one of the better strikers in that lightweight division, probably the best one. We got 3 people watching the video. What's up? Appreciate everybody stopping by. But yeah, Dustin Poirier, probably the best striker in that lightweight division. You know, maybe you throw Beneil Dariush in that conversation. You know, maybe you throw a lot of the other lightweights in that conversation as well. Rafael Fiziev is a phenomenal striker. But not really too much kickboxing in this fight. Neither one are known for their kicks. Maybe Beneil Dariush is probably the better kickboxer of the two. I could be wrong about that one. Oh my God, this frappe is hitting, man. But yeah, this fight has a little bit of everything to offer. So, you know, don't believe this is the fight that's going to happen though. I believe Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush are still gonna work it out between the two of them. I don't know if they're gonna do that fight in Abu Dhabi. I don't know when they're gonna do that fight though. They probably are gonna do it in Abu Dhabi. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what happens. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. This frappe is busting right now, man. But pretty sure it's gonna happen sooner than later, because I'm pretty sure normally October, whenever they go to Abu Dhabi, normally that's when you have, you know, fighters from the UAE on that card, or the UAE on that card. Yeah, I said it right. Normally you have, you know, your guys from the Middle East over there. You know, you have a Beneil Dariush on that card who's from Iran. You know, you have a guy who's from Russia like Islam Makhachev. You know, you have guys like that on your card every time you go to Abu Dhabi because people know who they are. You know. So, you know, we'll have to see what happens for that July card or that October card though, because it's gonna be a pretty good card, seems like.
Big roundhouse now, just misses. Nice punch by Dariush.
Pretty good push kick from Dustin Poirier there. Overhand whiffs for Beneil Dariush. Why do I feel like a big strike's coming?
Under a minute now to go in this one.
Like one well-placed punch and somebody's going to the floor. 45 seconds to make it happen though. Oh, if that punch would have landed by Dariush, that probably would have sat Poirier down. Poirier's wobbling a little bit. Oh, beautiful head kick by Dustin Poirier there. We'll see what happens. 20 seconds to go. Oh, beautiful knee to the body. Come on, you got 14 seconds. Let's go, let's go. Oh, this fight was close, man.
We'll see how the judges saw it. Here is
all right, we'll see who wins.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I feel like Dariush won this fight.
the judges' scorecards for decision.
For the winner by split decision,
Dustin Poirier comes away with the win, man. So I'm guessing in our next one, we're going to do Dustin Poirier versus Islam Makhachev, I guess. I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If y'all did, y'all drop a like, y'all subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. You guys, going to be really interested in seeing these UFC cards this year, but, you know, we'll see what happens. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed it. If y'all did, you already know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe. Make sure them noties is turned on so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. You guys, we got some good content coming here to the channel, so don't forget to, you know, stay tuned. But regardless of that, y'all stay motivated, stay dedicated, always have that Mamba mentality, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace out.